Hello everybody, we are finally back for more Triple S Class Revival Hunter. So do share the video around if it's something you want to see more of. Obviously I'm going to keep doing it regardless, but still, if it does well, I'm going to re-incentivize to make them longer. That's the main one. But anyway, also leave it, consider subscribing, but save your reservations and all that. The YouTube faff of liking, subbing, commenting, hitting the notification bell, maybe even considering a membership to get early videos, but save your money till the end of the video. Anyway, let's rock it.
Welcome back, King of Death. I've been impatiently awaiting your return.
Why? Are all the hunters passed out?
Worry not. I've simply put them to sleep temporarily.
You put them to sleep?
Yes. I lit a harmless incense. There are lots of worlds that communicate with words like you guys, but there are also worlds that communicate with song or with smells.
Well, songs. I assume by songs you mean just music, not singing, because singing is also words.
In this revelation, people communicate with a scent of anger, a scent of sadness, and a scent of happiness. And of course, there is also a scent of sleep. Oh, don't look at me like that. I only made the area silent because I wanted to have a chat with you for a moment.
A chat? What do you want to chat about after knocking my comrades unconscious?
Comrades, you say, as expected of the King of Death, even though one could consider them useless and annoying dead weights, you don't hesitate to call them your comrades. This librarian is touched by your admirable sentiments. Here, we could see every bit of your actions, like a movie of sorts. Everyone was in an uproar from how moved they were. They were all ready to give you an intense welcome. But if I'd let them be, I'd only have been able to talk with you much later. So I calmed them down to create an environment where we could chat. Worry not, I put them to sleep in the most peaceful manner I could.
Her complexion, breathing, and heart rate are all normal. I'm glad. If there's something you want to say, why don't we get it over with so you can wake them up?
You're rushing me too much. I want to have a nice, relaxed chat with you. That's why I only summon you among all the story participants.
I'm not done with the 22nd floor. I still have a sword I need to find.
Later. You can search for it later.
He's a constellation that can really control monsters from another world.
Your hair's pretty long, King of Death.
Even with the demonic Emily God arts, I'll definitely lose if I attack him.
Let's give you a trim.
That's sus as fuck.
Your nails are also long. It's bad for a martial artist to not look after their hands. Let me cut it for you.
What is the meaning of this?
King of Death. Let's say there's someone who hold on, let me read that correctly. Let's say there's someone you really like. Someone that you like from head to toe with the purest love possible. The problem is, that person doesn't exist in reality. They are a character that only exists inside a story. And that's when, ta-da! My ideal novel character appeared in front of me. Yes, that's right. That's how it is.
Preferred genre. Fusion. That's not a genre. Romance, mystery, adventure, horror, history, war, sports, sci-fi, mythology, fairy tale. Dislike genres, none. Preferred characters. Fictional characters. Constellation killer. Dislike characters, none. Preferred plots. Stories. Dislike plots. Cancellations.
Toenails. If possible, I want to get even his eyebrows. I'd like to ask him to grow a beard and pluck a little out, but even I find that unreasonable. Oh, Gongja, you're the light. A radiant protagonist. I want to turn you into a bookmark. Eternal storage.
What a psycho. Yeah, what the fuck? When did you take my socks off? Give them back!
Please don't move. It'll be terrible if my toenail clipper clips your precious toes.
You damn star! What are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? Also, you didn't speak this politely to me before.
How could a lowly being like me not speak politely to the radiant Sir Gangja?
The hold-up head librarian desires your pinky toe. Fucking hell!
My music, since you were named after Confucius, I'll gladly convert to Confucianism. There's a proverb that says, a king requires a friend-like subject that shares his vision. Starting today, I am a Confucius researcher who worships you.
What kind of sage goes after someone's toenails? If you're gonna keep acting like this, I refuse to go into the next revelation.
That is a valid threat, indeed. But after analyzing your characters, confirmed as an impossibility. Because you understand that there are other characters like the Heavenly Demon, withering in sadness in other revelations. And your personality cannot stop you from helping them. I can write 2 detailed pages on which hand you ate the grain balls with on your first day in the veritable record to the Heavenly Demon.
How? That's absurd. That's disgusting, even.
Now, Sir Gangja, please give in and hand over your pinky toenails to me.
That laugh might have been a bit off, but whatever. Back off before I say I don't like you. Take 5 steps away from me, or I'm gonna say it for real. And don't speak to me so politely. It's gross. Also, give me back my hair and nails.
I can't. That is an utterly unreasonable thing you ask of me.
He did it anyway.
It was incredible. I was moved by your caring feelings for the Heavenly Demon. You could have seen the ending just by becoming her disciple. But you didn't end at that. The end of the Great Orthodox Demonic War, followed by the greatest duel. I feel like I've tasted sweet chocolate shaved ice.
Oddly specific. But I don't even think that'd be that nice, to be honest. I mean, chocolate's nice, but chocolate-flavored things, like chocolate ice cream, I actually don't think it's that good. Personally, it's just me. If you disagree, let me know. But personally, it's not for me. Does that mean that the martial realm of the veritable records of the Heavenly Demon has been added as the 22nd floor?
That's correct. Other hunters can also freely enter floor 22 now, and they can even learn skills by reading the martial arts books in the Heavenly Martial Library. It's all thanks to you.
There's something I wanted to ask you while in the revelation. Why is the veritable records of the Heavenly Demon a revelation?
Do you require a reason?
Librarian, do you like happy endings or bad endings?
I can't say one is better than the other. An ending is the final port for the lives of characters. As a reader, of course I wish them happiness, but I also want to embrace their sorrows and failures.
So you're saying that even bad endings are proper endings in their own right? That beckons a greater question. Even without my interference, the veritable records of the Heavenly Demon would have had a proper ending, albeit a bad one. Master and the Axe Sage tried their best until the end. The Axe Sage would have died first and my master would have gone mad from it. And that's still the ending my master reached. Why, then, is the veritable records of the Heavenly Demon part of the revelations? Or did the death of the Axe Sage and Master's suicide not form a valid ending? This is a question I had from the moment I started to read other revelations. Setting aside whether or not I found the ending acceptable, they appear to be words that meant an ending according to their fate.
Is wanting to see a happy ending just because not an acceptable reason?
You're a strong librarian, and to a hunter like me, you seem omnipotent. But instead of fixing the revelations yourself, you dispatched us. You're refusing to be the author yourself, even if you might have the power to do so. A reader that never interferes himself. That is the constellation. Hold up, head librarian. I'm going to ask this again. I've asked this before. Why is it that a lot of these Korean webcomics have the same concepts of constellations, right? And stories. Like, there are similarities here between ORV, right? Of course. But there's other things that have these, you know, omnipotent beings that are constellations that, you know, sponsor characters within the story we're reading. Or, you know, why is it that there's these common themes that occur? Same with, like, the Murim and, you know, the martial arts realm as well, like we had with the arc that's just gone. I'm genuinely curious as to why these themes occur. Obviously, I could Google it myself, but it's more interesting to ask, you know, you lot who might have other insight that I might not be able to glean from just a simple Google search. Why don't I also try my hand at character analysis? There's no way someone as thorough as you categorize a story as a revelation just because it ended weirdly. That means there has to be a certain condition that categorize the veritable records of the Heavenly Demon and other revelations as revelations.
You really won't let it slide, will you? Come with me. I shall teach you the secrets of revelations.
Oh, fuck. Now, hold up. Oh, shit. So that was the end of Season 2. What the fuck? That's kind of crazy. That was the end of Season 2. What the fuck? That kind of felt like it came out of nowhere. Also, things might take a little, oh, an interview with light spoilers. Interesting. Do I, there's a lot. There's quite a lot. What the fuck? Oh, the fucking personality things. I've never done one of these. I wonder what I am. But anyway, I'm not going to actually go through all of that. It's interesting stuff. Oh my god, it's duplicated. What the fuck? Oh my god! I just want the next chapter! There we are! Right, well that was the end of Season 2. Which is kind of crazy. We've already completed 2 seasons of SSS Class Revival Hunter. That's kind of insane. Well, what I think I'll end up doing now is I'll probably only do 2 chapters today. And that way we can start what is going to be presumably Season 3. Damn, that's kind of nuts. What the fuck? Why is the season ended midway through this, like, greater arc of the revelations? Why is it ended midway through that? That feels like a strange point to end the season. That just me? That feels like a really weird spot to end Season 2 at. Like, surely you'd get to the end of this, like, major arc that's full of sub-arcs with each individual revelation, and then end Season 2. Not end Season 2 midway through this arc. Or Season 2 should have ended sooner, and then this would have started with Season 3. That feels odd. It feels odd. Maybe that's just me. But anyway, we're now inside of a revelation.
If the zombie virus was an epidemic that occurred on its own within the chronicles of the Heavenly Demon, I wouldn't have chosen this as an apocalypse like you said.
That means
the zombie virus didn't happen naturally in this story. It's an epidemic that spread from the outside world. It's similar to being invaded by a new continent. Over there, do you see that?
What is it? I mean, it looks like a corpse, obviously. Sparkly detects an ominous energy.
Looks like your sword sensed that too. That's to be expected. The sword that you have was originally a complete constellation, after all. Humans are able to quickly recognize people that are in the same situation as them. Gongja, have you seen what a constellation that has fallen from the heavens looks like?
Yes, I have.
In that case, have you seen a corpse that's been left behind by a dead constellation? Not so far, huh? This is quite the rare sight, so use this chance to feast your eyes on it.
So it's that dragon here is a constellation. Is that the fucking falchion? That looks like the falchion from Fire Emblem. That looks like the falchion from Fire Emblem. Like, out and out, that looks like the falchion from Fire Emblem. No way is that... Is that what that's referencing? It's a shadow dragon. Like a shadowy dragon with a... Right. And now we've got a sword of light. I mean, it's probably not. It's definitely just me overthinking it, but still, that's quite funny. Sparkly detects the presence of her sister. The sword of... Oh, funny. Sparkly says that the second sister, Holy Sword of Protection, the Sword of Compassion. What? Sparkly says that is the second sister, Holy Sword of Protection, the Sword of Compassion. Okay, that's what they are. It hurts! It's so mortifying. It's so painful! Oh, what's this? Hold on, I have to address this. Anyway. Didn't you say it was dead? That is still alive right now, though.
It's already dead. What you see and hear right now is nothing but the resentment of the corpse. When an existence reaches the level of a constellation, their deaths are horrible. The epidemic that your party calls the zombie virus is the curse made by this corpse. The curse that was left by the constellation of this Miram.
The constellation of this Miram, yeah.
The yellow dragon that abides in the Great Lake when it died. Its resentment continued, living on despite its death. The pain that the body had to endure despite it being dead. When that curse spread to the martial artists here, they became Jiangxi.
It hurts! The source of the curse. The origin of this world's destruction. I'm in an endless cycle of pain! Very subtle writing. The curse of the dragon is what took away Master's life. Unless the constellation stabbed itself in the heart, someone must have killed it. Who's the culprit?
You already have an idea of who it is. Lafanta Agam.
Oh, it's more. Lafanta Agam.
That's right. His nickname is the Constellation Killer. He roams the world and kills constellations. A constellation is an existence that represents their world, and a world that has lost its constellation is like a fortress that's lost its walls. Apocalypse, a world where its representative is dead, and its denizens have all ceased to exist. Just like that, the livelihood of the world being destroyed would the likelihood, not the livelihood, of the world being destroyed would increase.
Why does he kill constellations? He should have kept to himself and just stayed as the emperor of his own country. Why is he going so far as to destroy the world?
That's not something I can answer. I'm just a mere reader.
Apologies.
Well, you've said that I'm all-knowing and all-powerful. That's not all true. I'm all-knowing, but powerless.
Well, if you're all-knowing, then surely you know why he's doing it, so you can answer the question despite being a mere reader.
Despite knowing the truth of the world, I did not get involved with it. However, you are different. You, who is able to interfere, you do what you can. Whether they want it or not, you would fix all the problems that are destroying the world. You can say that it's a coincidence if it only happened once, but for it to happen the second time, that's fate. If it happens a third, it becomes an inevitability. The yellow dragon that abides in the Great Lake was killed in a wicked and cruel manner. A normal person would not even be able to get their hands on that sword. However, it is possible for you, because you've gone past confidence and
Coincidence and fate.
You've achieved inevitability.
Sparkly?
Yes, hero.
What do I need to do in order to retrieve your sister?
You just need to pull me out and use me to touch her.
The girl's protection absorbs the shards of herself. What on earth is this? The sword of compassion is resisting the absorption. Oh, spicy. Right, well, we'll leave that there. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, sub, notification bell, share the video around. 20,000 stars by the end of the year. Do me a solid. Help me achieve that. It'd be greatly appreciated. But that out of the way, I'm an honestly, even you. And I hope you guys got time for another video. That's ta for now.